Welcome back to this Rift Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us as always is Seraphis, our wonderful elf mage, and of course the glorious Tallahassee. How are you this evening, mate?
Yeah, I'm not dead, so, thumbs up.
You're not dead. You know what? You sound a lot better even than the last episode. Of course, those of you who've been following our Let's Play series will know that Tallahassee has been plagued by a cold. And by the way, it's great to hear that you're sounding a lot better. You know what? I've actually worked out. I know how you get a cold. Now, I'm going to say to everybody how you get a cold, and you're not allowed to talk. If you remember our last episode, folks, you'll know that somebody sent money in order for Tallahassee to take his top off and do a dance and show us his nipples, because of course Tallahassee's nipples are more famous than anything else we've done. I just want to make sure you guys know, of course, that that is art imitating life, that Tallahassee does that in real life, and of course because he's taking his top off all the time, that's how come you get a cold every week. Now, are you going to deny this?
Look, all I am going to say is I do have the central heating on, and I am naked.
Oh, there you go, folks. There's the other piece of information that you didn't want to know, that he is playing naked this week. At least his character's not naked. So no wonder you get a cold, mate. Seriously, you've got to cut out that lewd behaviour. Now, those of you who...
The boys need to be free.
Like, way too much information. And by the way, folks, I am not playing naked, so we're definitely not starting a trend here. Those of you with a keen eye might notice that we're joined here by somebody that's familiar in the last couple of episodes. You can see here we've got Issobella from the Templar Knights, who is, of course, a level 3 Mathosian rogue. Now, not only are we very grateful for her in terms of sending us gifts, because of course she has sent us a couple of goodies in the mail, and we always love receiving goodies in the mail, especially Tallahassee, especially if it's money for stripping. But there's an extra special surprise in that we're actually joined this evening very quickly in voice chat from Issobella. So a big hello to you all the way from the UK. Hello.
Hello there. Hiya. Good day.
Good day to you too. It's nice to hear.
Both at last.
Nice to hear a civilized, cultured accent rather than Tallahassee's Aussie scrawling that we normally used to. Right, Tallahassee? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anyhow, by the way, firstly, what time is it for you? Because we're filming here in Australia. It's about 10:30 at night. I hope it's not some ungodly hour of the night for you over there in the UK, is it?
No, we're just nearly at 1:30 in the afternoon.
1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, that's gentlemen's hours. That's good. So, just thought we'd have you on board. Firstly, to say once again, thank you very much for sending us all the gifts. We very much appreciate it. And also, of course, thanks for following us and supporting our Let's Play series. Now, you're obviously playing a level 33 rogue there. How long have you actually been playing Rift for?
Actually, I think you guys started before me, because I started watching your videos, and it kind of made me lean towards Rift and give it a try. And yeah, but probably about, I'd say about 4 weeks, 5 weeks now.
4 or 5 weeks. And you see there, Tallahassee, that's how you play. Look, this guy, he's been playing for 4 weeks. He's already 33. You're holding me back, mate. I mean, seriously, with all your gawking.
Yeah, because I'm the guy that stops and looks at everything and then, finds a blade of grass that's interesting and spends 15 minutes talking about the blade of grass.
Oh, excuse me, he's punching below the belt now. Ooh, oh dear, oh dear. Anyhow, that's certainly good progress, mate. Level 33 after 4 weeks.
But he's on the right track there.
No, he's not.
Because if you do go to look for these little spots, you find interesting little things that you didn't know was there, like sometimes gear.
Well, actually,
like on the top of the mountains, you'll find like a little mound and it's sparkling. Just as you're passing by, pick up some gear on your leg.
That's interesting, actually, because you're dead right. I did see that
there's artifacts everywhere.
Yeah, I saw you commented in one of the videos. I think it was you, and gave us some advice about that. And Tallahassee, I didn't know about that. I don't know if you did, but just basically wandering up and to the top of these mountains.
Included things like that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic idea. And of course, in the last episode, we were talking about how wonderful Rift has been in terms of releasing all this great new content, basically free of charge. So we're really happy about that. Have you, Issobella? Have you been doing the dailies and all of the things from this world event? Have you actually been giving it a go?
I've been trying to. This is the first one I've seen. I missed the River of Souls event.
Right.
I wasn't playing it then. I started just after. So I wanted to, have a look at this one, see what it was all about. And yes, I've just been doing dailies, going out, and they get you doing little things relating to the invasions and the rifts that are happening, that are involved in the Waves of Madness. And you collect tokens in which you can buy related gear.
Buy all the shinies.
Like, I have an item on right now that's fantastic. It allows me to breathe underwater, and it's a neck piece I bought just by doing a few dailies, and it's quite cheap actually. It was only about 250 of these tokens, which you'll get quite quickly through just doing like a couple of days of dailies.
All right, well we're inspecting
I've only been doing dailies for 4 days.
Oh wow! So we were commenting in the last video about how quickly it would build up the currency. I'm trying to find where on earth is the next slot. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So the barnacle encrusted choker there. Yeah. Equip it is enchanted.
That's just for my level. There's one for level 40 and for level 50. So,
wow.
I've just got the one that's for my level, and there's 2 more to collect yet. So
that's
if I level
fantastic.
Up any more over the next few days, I can pick up the next beat, and again it will allow me to breathe water, but the stats are slightly improved.
Right, so the stats are going to be more in line with your level of character. That's amazing.
Since I got this neck piece, I've been able to do the dailies better because it involves you swimming underwater to get eggs and things like that.
So it actually
came in handy.
Yeah, it would have come in handy. And speaking,
everything relates to each other.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to that. I mean, we've just started on the daily, so unfortunately, if I look at my bags, I think I've only got about 50 of the currency, but we'll get up there. But now, speaking of your character, just very quickly, so we don't want to hold you up, but you've got a rogue there. Now, Tallahassee's got a rogue as well, and I've got one that I've spec'd into basically an archer or a hunter. What archetype have you gone with your rogue?
Well, I've spec'd heavily into the ranger.
Oh,
because I wanted the blood raptor, which is at the top of the ranger tree.
Right.
And the other main tree that I've spec'd into is the rift stalker, because I like the idea of teleporting around. And,
yes.
Now plane shifting is fantastic. It's like a mage's blink, but
from WoW. Yeah, in fact, I remember seeing that on the...
to compare it to WoW.
Yeah, there was a trailer that came out highlighting the rogue class in the game, and they were highlighting that particular one. Now, Tallahassee, what's your rogue's main spec? Because I'm pretty sure it's not ranger, is it?
No, it's assassination.
Right, that's right. So it's heavy DPS, melee.
And Riftstalker.
Right,
so it was all melee DPS.
Right.
The Rift Stalker gives you very high durability. A lot of the abilities on it give you like shields or anti-damage buffs as you use them.
Right.
That's why I picked Rift Stalker.
Yeah, it's definitely
a melee for up close, and also extra durability, extra guard.
Yeah.
With shield and what have you.
Which is unusual in other MMOs, of course, because normally if you're an upfront DPS character, you're not going to have much defense. And that's the one thing that Tallahassee and I, of course, we're always talking about, which is the amazing customization in this game in terms of being able to build a character that just suits exactly the style of play that you like. And of course, folks, if I bring up my soul tree here, you'll remember that we've actually got 5 roles we can choose from. So not only can we choose any combination of these 3, but we can have 5 different setups of any of the 3 particular roles that we've learnt over the course of our questing. So just a reminder that it's such a fantastically customizable game in terms of building the character that you want. Well, Issobella, I think Tallahassee and I need to head off and do some questing. Tallahassee, by the way, where are we going to be heading for questing in this episode? Because I know we've got a whole bunch of dailies, but we should probably, shouldn't we? I mean, I'm looking at our map here, and Silverwood, I've still got some parts of it exposed up the very north. In the Highglades lookout. Are you keen to head up that way?
Yeah, that's where I'd like to go and just finish off the questing there.
Yep.
We've also got one more quest to hand in at Overwatch Keep, and we've got another one to do at Brogan Grot, which is in Argent Glade, and we can finally move on to Gloamwood.
Look at that! Can you hear the excitement in Tallahassee's voice? he's dying to get out of here.
If you like horror movies,
yeah,
I think Gloamwood's great.
Oh,
I love horror movies.
It's really
Yep.
cool. Yeah,
You're,
it's really cool.
you're speaking
Really
to the
good
number
atmosphere.
one horror fan. So we're definitely going to look forward to
You're
that. So
gonna love Glenwood then.
is it like Duskwood or something like that in WoW?
You could compare it, but better. It's much better in my opinion. The creatures there and everything. In fact, the werewolves down there, I do believe if you get enough reputation, I can't remember where the vendor is now, but I think you can even get a werewolf companion.
Ooh, all right, sold. Tallahassee will be sold on that. That's for sure.
I don't want to give you too many spoilers. You'll
No.
enjoy the zone.
No, that's enough. That's good. Excited for that. Well, once again, Issobella, thank you very much for supplying us with goodies and for keeping us in the loop. Both Tallahassee and I very much appreciate that. And also, of course, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to come and say hello to us. And we would love to catch up with you once again in a few episodes. I mean, let's have a look. What are you, level 33? Especially as you start approaching level 40, you can tell us what it's like from the top. So it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and thanks for your support. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, have fun.
All right, take care.
Thanks, mate.
And Tallahassee, let's head off, and we'll get on to our questing now. All right, so first things first, we need to open the old quest log here and have a look at, now let me see, it's going to be Silverwood quests, I'd imagine. Where am I? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's going to be Silverwood. A lot of these dailies that you want to do, I've got a lot of dailies listed for Silverwood, that's for sure.
No, these ones are just regular quests.
Okay, so
they're all in Highland Glades or Highglades Lookout.
Yep, of course, and I can see there, by the way, Tallahassee's put a waypoint on the map. If I zoom in there, it's a great thing when you're in parties. You just simply right-click on the map like that, and you can right-click on it again to get rid of it, just so you can easily tell where you're talking about. All right, so it looks like we're taking a ride out to whatever it's called. Well, I've forgotten already. What is it? Highglades Lookout. Off we go.
Yep.
So some exciting combat, and of course, if you didn't see our last episode, I highly recommend that you do, because it's one of our first episodes since the new patch dropped, and of course we go through all the changes around here in Sanctum, and we take a look at all the daily quests that are available, and of course the new currency that's available that we were just talking about there with Issobella. And as you could tell from the necklace that she was wearing, or rather he in real life, but her character, that, you know, it was a purple necklace. His character, it was a purple necklace, and it had underwater breathing. I mean, that's a really cool thing. And I agree with him what he was saying about how quickly the Rune King's seals do come in. I mean, I've only done a couple of quests, and I've got 50 already. I don't know how many you've got, Tallahassee, but they certainly build up pretty fast. So it's not like,
yeah, I've got 50 as well.
yeah, so it's not like it's a huge grind for them or something. And of course, you know, the game that shall not be named can sometimes end up feeling quite grindy in terms of getting tokens, gear tokens. So, you know, this makes for a nice change. Alright, so we're being safe and sound and following the paths here, and of course that's another unwritten rule of most MMOs, that if you just can't be bothered fighting, if you want to get somewhere, stick to the roads, because generally speaking the mobs don't tend to go too close to the roads. And of course if you want to engage in a bit of fisticuffs, then hey, take a shortcut across the meadows and you're bound to run into some enemies, and sometimes of course that's not such a good idea. So anyway, after all of that, we touched on it briefly at the beginning, mate, but you're definitely feeling better now?
Well, yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, whatever this thing is that's going around, it certainly knocks the stuffing out of you. I mean, I had it for a good couple of weeks, and, you know, I've been over it technically for like a week now, but I'm just still exhausted, and I'm sure it's sort of residue from whatever the hell it is that's going on around. I don't know, it might still take you a week to get over it.
My doctor said it was a relapse of the pneumonia that I had, so...
Oh, yeah. God. Oh,
fantastic.
And of course, those of you who do follow our other Let's Play series might remember that episode when Tallahassee's, you know what, nothing can keep him down. He's got pneumonia and he's got sore lungs, and he's the trooper that still turns up to do the Let's Play episodes. Probably the stupid trooper, but anyway, that's commitment for you, folks. Well, I certainly hope you don't have a relapse of that, that's for sure. Alright, here we go, Shining Pests. So collect Faer Embers, and of course, this area, by the way... Oh no, I've got a full quest log. You know what, I'm going to dump some of these daily world event quests, just for now, because of course I'll be able to pick them up again. Because I've run out of room in the quest log. silly me. Just abandon those. Easy to pick up just by visiting Sanctum again. But those of you also who watched the episode where we got a nice run through Realm of the Fae with the Seraphim Guild, you might start recognising this area because all of this is where the Realm of the Fae instance is. So of course all these quests are going to be themed around Fae. So let's... and around Faeries, basically. There are collect Faestone Signets, so obviously they're all going to be like this.
Good luck.
And I saw there you can talk to that NPC and ask about this place.
Journey well.
Alright. I'm ready. Oh, what's this? Silverwoodsman. Got myself an achievement, and it is Explore all of Silverwood. And of course, Tallahassee, you would have got that when you were here doing the instance, I'd imagine.
Yep.
I do like achievements. Now, is that mob? There we go. Collect Faer Embers. So if I hover over that mob, that's definitely one that we can attack, and that's going to update our quest. And of course, what did I do? I right-clicked on it. That's why Sandal took off. Sorry about that, mate. Whoopsie.
That's alright.
Now, I'm just going to pop up here and have a quick look. I'm not going to fight because I just want to see what these mobs look like. They're very cool, aren't they? Let's zoom in, have a close look. Whoa, getting seasick. Yeah, I love the design of the mobs in this game. I'm always saying that, I know, but it's just cool because they're sort of traditional, but they're a variation on traditional, aren't they? They're always just slightly different.
Yeah, they are.
Very cool.
They're a little weird.
Yeah, keeps things interesting. And of course, it's nice to get back into some combat, of course, because in the last episode we spent a lot of time in Sanctum sort of messing about with the dailies and the world event, so it wasn't very action-packed. Still important to cover that off, of course, but now we get ourselves into some major fisticuffs, which is always welcome. What with the combat being so fantastic in Rift, of course. There we go, getting myself some burlap cloth, of course. I think the humanoid mobs in this game, Tallahassee, tend to follow the rules of other MMOs, and that humanoids drop cloth. Oh, you know what? I've never quite understood that, to be honest. I'm not sure why that's a rule, but it is, isn't it? So many MMOs follow that convention. Don't know why. Is it?
Well, where the hell is a wolf gonna go ahead and put some cloth?
All right. Well, now that you put it like that, yeah, okay.
Boom! Logic bomb.
Oh, he's ripping into me today, folks. He's got no patience for my idiocy today. Who can you blame him, though? Can you really blame him? Not at all. I guess at the end of the day, it's representative of the fact that perhaps they're wearing clothes. Are we ripping their clothes off them, maybe? Well, that sounds a bit wrong. You know what I mean, though? Like, we're taking their clothes to, you know, resell the resources and stuff. Or something. I don't know.
It's very communist. You know, very social.
Socialist, yeah, exactly. Now I'm just checking my soul tree to make sure I haven't got any unspent points remaining, because that'd be like me, of course, plodding along for a couple of levels without actually checking. And I've done that many a times before, and of course gimping myself basically in the meantime. Whoops. But miraculously I've actually spent all my points, so yeah, go figure.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you quiet you in the cheap seats. Now, this is something that's perhaps not going to be of much interest to our overseas viewers, but if you are Australian, this will definitely be of interest to you. Well, I certainly hope so. Tallahassee, I noticed, because of course I'm getting my Twitter feed is coming up in game now, and I'm still none the wiser as to how to disable that, by the way. But we got some cool news before that I know that you wanted to share with everybody in terms of something opening up here in Melbourne.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact date because you have it in your Twitter feed, but
yeah, I think it was...
there's a Manabar opening up in Melbourne. I think it's on
July 16th.
Brunswick Street in Brunswick.
Sorry, I interrupted you then. Where is it again?
It's on Brunswick Street in Brunswick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't actually know where it was, honestly. And that was July the 16th, by the way. So the Manabar. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's already one of those open in Sydney, I think.
Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane. Sorry, my bad.
It's Brisbane.
Now, I've never been to one before. But like by your understanding, what's the basic rescue kidnapped foresters? Hey, that was really cool. Okay, so we've obviously got to clear them out. What's your basic understanding of what the Manabar is, by the way? Let's pretend someone out there has no clue what we're talking about. Is it?
Yeah, it's a bar for gamers.
Right, and we're talking about an actual licensed bar, aren't we? So, as in, of age, alcohol, etc., etc.
Yep, and it is partly owned by a gentleman called Yahtzee Croshaw.
Yahtzee! So that would be Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation fame.
Well, that's the...
Oh, good lord. Now, I would imagine, I'm not going to set anyone's hopes up high here, but given that they're going to open a branch here in Melbourne, you'd expect maybe he would turn up to it? I wonder if he's going to. That would be cool.
Oh, yep, him and Young.
Ah, alright.
Yug.
Alright, well, I don't know about you, but, I mean, surely that's like a must-attend event for any gamer worth their salt that lives in Melbourne, I'd imagine.
Yep, we're definitely going to have to go.
Yep, so I am going to put it out there. Hang on, let me just scroll up again to double check the date in my Twitter feed. So how ironic's that? This is actually coming in handy. So there we go. Manabar Melbourne is opening on July the 16th here in Melbourne. I think it's pretty safe to say that Tallahassee and myself will be there. So, hey, if you're in Melbourne and you're a gamer, why don't you come along and actually meet us in person? You can see how beautiful we are in real life and be shocked and awed by it. And we would love nothing more than to actually meet some of our viewers in the flesh, so to speak. And by the way, I will guarantee you and promise you that Tallahassee will not be in the flesh. And I'm sure you all know exactly what I mean there. We'll make sure that he actually puts some clothes on to turn up. So come along, say good day, and we'd love to see you. And of course, supporting local business, especially when it's a dedicated gamers bar. Nothing better. Alcohol and games, mate. That's your magical mixture, isn't it? That's you.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Right, so here we go. We're carrying on with our quest here against the Fae. You know, it's interesting. Another thing I thought about after we'd done Realm of the Fae. You know, the Fae in a lot of games are actually friendly. I mean, they're your, nice, pretty, hello, fairy type thing. Yet in this game, they've mixed it up yet again by making them our enemy. There's something else interesting.
No, they're dicks in this game.
Yeah, they're dicks.
Also, there's another quest out here somewhere.
Oh, so there is. The Maddened Forester, Ecure Hound. Good spotting. I did not pick that up. How do we get there? Oh, this will yikes. Right, over this way. And you can see here we're also having to collect Faestone Signets and rescue kidnapped foresters. And of course, always make sure in your log that you've got the little blob next to your quest ticked for the relevant quests that you're on. Otherwise, they're not going to track. You're not going to have the relevant quests tracked in your log. And of course, you also want to make sure that the quests you're doing are the ones that are showing up here on your map and your mini-map, just to make things easier. So if they're ever not appearing there, it just means that you haven't got them tracked specifically in your quest log. Alright, so, you know what, I never get to use my finishing ability because you are so powerful. You clean them up before I get a chance, because I've got this ability which effectively I have to wait until the enemy has less than 30% of their health. And honestly, by the time they've got 30%, they're basically a couple of hits away from being not of this world anymore, thanks to your mightiness. So I never get to use it. And of course, here's our pet.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, he's too powerful.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
Yeah, only if they're not wearing any. You know what? Actually, now we're stepping way over the line. It's disturbing. Nobody is going to want to come and meet us at the Manabar because they'll be scared, and I don't blame them. Oh, sharing the quest. Do you want to start it? Yes. What is this? Oh, it's not an escort, is it? It is.
Yep.
Bloody bloomin', if it's not Scotty, I hope this guy isn't the new Scotty, because I mean, I was glad to be done of Scotty, to be perfectly honest. I mean, nobody likes escort quests, although I must say, at least in this game, they run. Can you pick a game, Tallahassee, where escort quests, where the NPC walks? I can think of one off the top of my head.
Oh, hello World of Warcraft.
Hello, World of Warcraft, with your blimmin' half-an-hour escort quests that walk? What the heck? I think if you're going to escort somebody out, they'd be in a hurry to get out of wherever
We've got to
they
catch
are.
up to that guy as well.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep. That's a good point, actually, because, of course, based on our experience of World of Warcraft, if you let a NPC get too far away from you, it fails the quest. So I hope that's not going to happen here. I'll catch up with you. Actually, I'm going to use my angelic flight to give ourselves a bit of a boost up. There we go. I love that racial. Oh, what's he doing? He's running backwards. Oh, okay. Isn't that weird? And by the way, that happens in all MMOs. If a escort NPC gets, caught up in a fight and dragged forward, they always run back to where they were before the fight started. I wonder, that must be some quirky programming thing. It's bizarre. It always happens. Every single game.
Oh, it's part of the pathfinding.
Oh, the AI, the pathfinder. Yeah, good point, good point. Is that the way out? I think my vision is clearing. Well, we're pleased that it is. These guys have got
My
absolute...
cat does more damage than I do.
Yeah, well, your cat does more damage than me, I think. Oh, you know what? That's another thing that's disappointing that I didn't see appear in the patch, and that is a DPS meter, unless, again, I'm blind. Although, you know what, I haven't heard much since they announced that they were going to open up the UI for content development by players. In other words, allowing add-ons. Have you heard any progress on that? I certainly haven't. Not that I've been keeping up with the news. But I haven't seen any word of add-ons being allowed yet.
No, I haven't
I'm
really been following up on it, to be honest.
Yeah. I'd say it'd be a big song and dance, and we'd probably know about it, because I'd imagine that trade chat or general chat would be full of all sorts of energy and excitement once that happens, because it'll be a big change to the game. I'm free, and I can see again. Thank you, my friend. I must hurry now to find my dear Olivia and the warm light of home. All right, is mine updated yet? Yeah, there we go. Alright, hand in time, and it's probably, yes, it looks like we're going to run out of time, so it's probably a good time to wrap up the episode. At least we got some biffo in there. And a new quest here. He wants us to kill Macron in Hedgerow Court to draw the attention of his liege. And it looks like we're going to get a nice set of shoulders out of that. Yes, always welcome. There we go. And one more hand in over here. I don't know about you, but I've got one with this Aurelus Niara.
Ready to show
person.
the world
Oh,
what
two
we're
in
capable
fact.
of.
Very nice. And I'm halfway through to level 21.
May the flame
You are
burn
already
brightly.
21 because, of course, you're miles ahead of us. You big cheat.
Yeah, but I'm halfway through.
Yeah, hacks. I'm calling hacks. That's what I'm doing. Anyhow, it's certainly nice to be up in this area. And oh, look at that. Of course, I got the achievement for it. You can see now that the whole zone has opened up. So, looks like for our next episode, Tallahassee, we've just got a couple of quests to finish off to the north of us here. We've got one to hand in Silverwood, just south of Argent Glade. And, of course, we've got our dailies that we can do in Sanctum. And then, just like Issobella was saying, it sounds like it's off to Gloamwood. And I can see a couple of hand-ins there, which sound like it's going to be a total change of scenery. Sounds like it's going to be all sort of doom, gloom, undead horror movie type stuff. Well, that's the impression I got anyway, but no doubt we'll see when we get there. So as always, folks,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this zone at all, but hey, it's time for a change up. And speaking of that, it's time for us to leave. So once again, thanks to Issobella. Thanks as always to Tallahassee for joining us, taking time out of his busy schedule, and for keeping us top on this episode. Another rare event. Our thanks to Issobella for joining us. Always lovely to speak to a player. And by the way, if you are on Steam and you have a microphone and oh god, my eyes, my eyes.
My character's really pasty.
He is really pasty. He snuck in a nipple flash. God, what have you started, guys? Please, I'm pleading with you, do not send in more gold for naked Tallahassee. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to encourage him anymore. But of course, we do hope that you'll join us. And like I say, oh my god, he's flashing. Oh, I am not going to be able to close my eyes. I'm going to have nightmares tonight, you horrible, horrible man. If you are on Steam and you're one of
I'm
our...
like Coloured Dude and I'm a hummingbird.
He's a terrible man. And by the way, if you do meet us, don't forget at the Manabar, if you come come and meet us there. I promise you he will have pants on. I swear to God he will have pants on. But more importantly, of course, if you have Steam and you play and you watch our episodes, do send us an in-game email, and we can jack up a time to say g'day and have a quick interview with you and find out what you think of the game. Anyway, that's all for the future. We need to head off. So on behalf of myself, Sambo, the half-naked Tallahassee, and of course our characters and Sandal and Meowth, it's us saying thank you very much. Take care. I hope you're having a great day. We'll see you later, and bye-bye.